At the beginning of every class, we'll do a warm-up that was developed by Paul Lam, who has been working in Tai Chi for decades. He's a medical doctor, but he is also a long-term practitioner of Tai Chi and used it as part of his practice. He's retired now, but he still develops new forms. The particular one we're going to do is really simple. It starts at the top, works its way down. You do 2 sets of exercises for each joint or body part we're going to do, and you do 3 of each one. You start off by getting your posture, your balance, your breathing, so you have your foundation, that invisible line around the outsides of your feet that you're centered over. You focus on breathing down to your abdomen being balanced in all directions. The first 2 are for your neck. As you inhale up, your arms come up with your palms facing. They sort of expand outwards with that principle of sung. Turn your hands towards your face. As you exhale, you press your head back so you feel a little bit of movement in your neck. You turn your hands, you press out as you inhale. And as your hands come down towards your thighs, you exhale, you tuck your chin just a little bit. Feel some more stretch in your neck. And again, throughout all this, remember the 70% rule. Only 70% of what your capability is at this moment. Second, for your neck, your arms come up, again with your palms facing. One hand drops down, palm towards the floor, other arm folds over. Center of the palm lines up with the center of your forehead. You keep those 2 lines intact. As you turn, just moving your head and your arm to the side. As you exhale, you inhale back to the center. Lower hand comes up, palms face briefly. In straight places, and you exhale to the side and inhale to the center. Hands come up, and after 3, your hands come back down. From your neck, you move to your shoulders. The first is forward shoulder rolls. If you have issues with your rotator cuffs, just rotate your arms so your palms are facing behind you and rotate your elbows. After 3, you reverse, go towards the back. And then second for the shoulders, arms come up, first the palms face down, then they face upwards, and you press down. The breathing is an inhale and an exhale. With the shoulder rolls, just breathe however is most comfortable for you. Next couple are for your back. You hold the ball. Elbow on the upper arm is dropped lower than the shoulder. You don't want it up here. That puts stress on your rotator cuffs. And there's some other Tai Chi issues with that. You have more power when your elbows drop down. Lower hand rotates out, presses up. Upper hand presses down. So you feel some stretch in your back. It's an inhale to the center and an exhale out. The second one for the back is the side-to-side motion. You're going to just move from the hips up, keeping your palms facing. So hands on this side is on top. So I just go to the hip on that side. Again, keeping the palms facing, turn the hands around, come to the other side. And again, 3 of these. You can synchronize your breathing so you're inhaling in one direction and exhaling in the other. Hands go out to the side like you're going to press into a wall. Shift your weight over. No weight in this foot. You can step out or you can step back. What you're doing is trying to get some movement in your hip. It's an exhale and an inhale. Hands come back down. Shift your weight to one side. Hands are palm down like you have them resting on a railing. They go back a little bit to counterbalance. One foot goes up. Heel touches. If you need to rebalance, just put your forefoot down in the middle. Arms go forward. Forefoot touches in the back. Hands don't go any higher than your shoulder level, and you stay balanced over the weighted foot. You don't lean in any direction. Then you do the same thing on the other side. You can synchronize your breathing again. Inhaling in one direction, exhaling in the other. But don't worry about that too much. Just remember to breathe to your abdomen. 2 for your knees. You have fists at your hips. Shift your weight into one foot. Rotate on the forefoot. Step straight up with where your toes were. And you counterbalance by punching with the other arm. You come back. It's an exhale and an inhale. The second for the knees looks really similar, except you go into a forward bow and arrow stance. So the feet are like this. Knees and toes are lined up. front leg, back leg, there's some space in between. If you look at it from the side, the knee and the front leg never goes beyond the toes. And that's true for every single movement in Tai Chi and Qigong. You have your knees and toes lined up, and you never let your knee go beyond your toe. So it's a weight shift, a step, counter punch, counterweight punch with the opposite arm. And this one you can really get a nice stretch with. It's an exhale and an inhale. And then the last couple are for your ankles. It's a heel and toe, first on one side, then on the other. Again, just remember to breathe. Then for the lateral motion of the ankles, you pick a spot on the floor, outside the foot, inside the foot, touch as close to the same spot as you can. And just come back into the center. And in the video, there's a video for each lesson that has music to it and no talking. So you just kind of remember these exercises. And one you can add at the end that's not in the video is one that I've seen a lot recently with folks talking about immunity and trying to improve that. In Chinese medicine, they really want you to, what they call shake your qi, get your energy levels moving. So you just have to kind of shake around like this, just letting everything kind of loosen up and shake. And then just inhale and exhale, balance everything out.